Hi, this is Josh Friend Magic. I'm doing a tutorial today on how to be hit by a car. I'm using Serif Movie Plus X3. So what you're going to do, you're going to start off with something that looks like this. Take your main video of your person walking across the road. Choose the point where you want them to get hit, let's say here, and then shorten your video to that point. Okay. Then you need to insert a track. Take your video of a car driving past, well, first film it obviously, and get to the point where the car actually drives past, and then stop it just the frame before it starts driving past, and get to the point where if you do this, it's gonna show your guy in pretty much the same place. Okay. So then you need to insert another track. Take a left-hand mask, put it in, and make sure it stops at the same time as your first video. And you need to also transform it and flip it. And then move it along a little bit. And then onto properties, change the blend mode to mask. The reason it's got this little black part is you need to insert a group, move track 3 into the group, and move track 2 into the group. You end up with something that looks like this. Now you may notice the house jumps there and the bushes aren't in line. You need to line that up, but that only happened because my camera wasn't quite in line, so I need to line that up so it looks the same in all the frames. It doesn't really jump, so you end up with a video that looks like this. Make sure in this video, it showed, you may have seen a frame where it jumped at that point. Now that won't happen in the actual video. So after that group, you need to insert another track, move that out of the group so it's on top, and you will end up with, and then you need to go onto your frame, play the video until it gets to the frame where he's about to get hit, which is here. Of course, you don't want this, so I need to move my left half along a bit. Okay, so you want to get to the point, you want to save the frame, and then open up GIMP or Photoshop or something, and make sure, and then edit out all around the person's body, so you end up with something that looks a bit like this, with a green background. So then you need to go to track 4 and add your video, transform it. Actually, first of all, add some effects, chroma key it, and then blur it. Yeah, and you want the blur radius to be about, not 10, but about 7. Okay, so 7. Now you need to transform it. Oh, not crop. Sorry, transform it so it overlaps. Okay, so you now have a video where your guy's walking across and the car comes up, and then you should end up with this. So when you press transform, the green thing in this, you will end up with a screen that looks a bit like this, and it'll say add keyframe. So on every frame you have to move it slightly and add a new keyframe. You may have already seen my video that I've done on YouTube. If you haven't, you should really have watched it before you watched this tutorial. So make sure you add a keyframe after every frame, even if the car hasn't moved, because if you don't, then it will jump around a lot. So even if it hasn't moved, still add a keyframe. So you can edit it later on. I need to add a keyframe there too. Move it slightly so you can just still see his head there. You've got to make every detail perfect, and then I can cut the video off at that point, because that's when it finishes being edited. So you'll end up with a video that looks a bit like this. You get swept away now. You can edit that using the blurring and the different effects that you can add, like motion blur. But it's hard to add a motion blur. I mean, I could, if you went onto effects, hang on, and you added a motion blur, which is somewhere here. It would probably won't make a difference because you've added keyframes. So it doesn't make any difference because of keyframes. If it had been a video of someone flying away, then you could have added motion blur, but you can't with this, which is a shame. Yeah, so it's an okay video. Be careful that the house doesn't jump. In my YouTube video it does, but in this one it doesn't. So I hope you found this interesting. I mean, a lot of people don't have Movie Plus, but this is this is a really useful piece of software, and this is pretty much the same as Adobe After Effects. So yes, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Please comment.